Hi guys, Alice Taylor down at London Golf Academy, and today we're going to take a look at the Callaway Rogue Sub-Zero. So there's standard Rogue, there's the Rogue with a draw setting, and there's the Sub-Zero, which is the low spinning option. So let's have a look at the technology in the head, and then we're going to hit 5 real balls, GC2, look at some ball flight, talk you through looks and feel, talk you through the performance figures, and see if Rogue Sub-Zero is something that you might be looking for. Okay guys, so we've got the Callaway Rogue Sub-Zero. So as with the standard Rogue, we've got the slightly re-engineered jailbreak, hourglass rods behind the face, giving that improved ball speed across the face. We've still got the adjustability around the hosel of the club. So you can see I've got this 9 degree, down a degree, but still nice and neutral. We've got the slightly different weights. So I've got 2 grams in the back, 14 grams up near the face. So this is set in its lowest spin option. As we move around onto the crown, we can see the very slightly re-engineered kind of speed step in conjunction with bowing. And we've still got the carbon crown on there, and a slightly deeper front to back profile than last year's Epic. So guys, we can see lots of technology in the head again this year, but the big thing Callaway is stressing is more consistent ball speed across the face, and a slightly different feel and sound, as well as a slightly different shape footprint. Kind of looks bigger than Epic Sub-Zero was last year. So I've already tested the standard Rogue and I got some fantastic figures out of that, and I loved how forgiving that was. So let's hit the Sub-Zero. Like I said, 5 real balls, GC2. I'm using the same shaft that I used in the Rogue. So it's the Even Flow Project X 6.0, so it's stiff shaft, and I've got the driver set at 8 degrees. So again, I really like how this looks behind the golf ball. Quite classic looking, but you can just see obviously the Callaway chevron on top and that little bit of the speed step near the top of the crown. But there we go, 5 shots. So out of the toe, so definitely turning over, and it'll be interesting to see that with this already being the low spin option, will my slight mishit, which is definitely high in toe, will that actually not spin enough to kind of get the ball out there? But it wasn't awful for my bad strike. There's been a lot of those lately in testing for me. That felt nearer the middle. Little fade, which would be a slightly unusual one for me. But still, for a little cut, that's definitely getting out there. And I do like the feel and sound of Sub-Zero. I did really like the standard Rogue. And I think straight after this, I'll probably do a little test of Rogue Sub-Zero against Epic Sub-Zero, because Epic's still going to be in the market. They're not discontinuing it. So that's going to go into its 2nd year of cycle. Because for some guys, Callaway is saying they'll still prefer the look and feel of Epic. Right, so shot number 3. So felt a good strike. Again, just turning over a little bit more than I would ideally like. But that is a biggie. That is a biggie. And I wouldn't mind turning it over like that if I aim down the right for that shot. So let's try that on this one. Let's just aim a little bit further right to allow for that bit of shape. Oh, and then you go and do that. Aim down the right and just hit a block cut. So certainly accuracy is not going to look good on that one. But like I said, it doesn't help when you're going for a draw and you hit a little block. But let's go for the draw again. Aim just slightly down the right. Right out the toe, absolute shocker. So definitely for me, certainly in testing at the moment, I've had a few weeks of not being that well with cold and flu, but certainly not, I don't feel swinging at my best, but you're not always going to swing at your best with all these drivers. So let's have a look at some performance numbers with Rogue Sub-Zero, see how this contends. So as we move over, we can see obviously a lot of shape on, particularly the two that I got out the toe. But as we move into some numbers, we see 109 mile an hour club head speed, which is good. We see ball speed at nearly 155 as an average, which is good for me, and certainly my best one there at 158. It's very, very close to my best. We look at some spin numbers, certainly first one and the last one right out the toe, so very, very low, and as a result of that, lost carry. Now certainly the one I hit really well out the middle was very, very low spin, so my average spin of 1800, I would say probably would be a nearer 2000, maybe 2-1 without the two toey strikes. But I like that, that's kind of just around the 2000 I think would be good for me, maybe a little higher. Average height was good. Average carry at 255, an average rollout at 287 with the miss hits in there is good. Now my average miss is 8 yards left, but you can see we had a 51 left, a 30 right, 32, 56. So there was no consistency in actual golf swing and strike for me, which massively affected kind of where the ball was going. So not accurate at all. But interestingly, if we take those two poor ones out, and I know it becomes a very small sample, but the three good strikes, 109 mile an hour speed, 157 ball speed, which is great, launch of 12.6, exactly where I'd want, 2100 spin, fantastic, average carry 272 with an average total 300. Right then guys, so we'll look at the numbers for Rogue Sub-Zero and actual performance numbers other than dispersion, which is me. That's not the club. It's not the club's fault that I've hit one out the toe or two of them out the toe that have hooks. It's not the club's fault that I've aimed right for my draw and hit a block cut. I've aimed straight and drawn it. So the accuracy thing massively is down to me. I agree potentially with the toe strike, shaping too much. There might be technology in the marketplace that could help me with that. But all in all, I think the performance numbers with Rogue Sub-Zero really, really good. And from a low spinning driver, I think it gives you exactly what you would expect. And it definitely spun, even with the good strikes, lower than the standard Rogue did for me. Now it'll be interesting, and I think because I'm in the market for a new driver this year, I'm gonna have to test Sub-Zero against standard Rogue, because I kind of feel off initial testing that even though the accuracy is me, the extra forgiveness of the standard one maybe helped me out a little bit. But all in all, if you're looking for a low spinning driver because you are someone that spins it too much, Rogue Sub-Zero is definitely something you should be trying for this year. So guys, as ever, really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Comment below, let me know if you've tried Rogue Sub-Zero. If you have, is it in the bag? If not, what else is in there? Please subscribe to all my social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you don't already. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.